All right. All right. Thank y'all. Getting ready to get started in a minute. Getting ready to get started in a minute. It's the first time I've been on Instagram. I think I'm Instagram live too. I should be all the way live on Instagram. I should be. I can't see it. I think I'm live on Instagram. Let me make sure I'm live on Instagram. Oh no, I got to go live on Instagram. There I go. All right. All right. All right. Woo. All right. I hope y'all tuning in. Tuning in. Let me turn these phones off. Let me turn these phones off and talk to my friends. They say I'm live. IG live, y'all. Okay, I'm Instagram live. I'm Facebook live here. So I got this thing lined up. Lined up. And we will begin right now. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all just tell me in the chat room, can you hear me? Because I got a new microphone here. Y'all hear me? Okay, I see you over there, Jared32. See you talking stuff, Jared32. I want you to back up what you're talking. Since you said what you said, I want you to back it up when you hear this broadcast. Since you over there talking stuff on Instagram. Okay. Okay, so Instagram tuning in and I'm right here on Facebook. So if I'm looking over here, I'm kind of looking at Instagram and I'm coming back here to Facebook. Okay, giving honor to God, I bear witness that regardless to land, label, or language, that there is but one God. And I'm tuning in here to talk to all of the people that support the various movements that I am a part of. I am deeply involved in the police brutality movement in America. I'm sitting here in my law office here. I'm at the headquarters of Black Lawyers for Justice. I'm in my office, and I want you to get more acquainted with me. I'm here with my assistant, the Honorable Sister Queen Khadija Shabazz. You'll meet her in a moment. We got some business to handle. And we want to talk about police brutality, reparations, American foreign policy. We'll talk a little about the elections. And then I'll take your questions over here on Instagram. Since one of you was over there talking stuff, I'll take your questions. I might come on live over there. And I'm definitely over here on Facebook because we got to get down to business. First thing I need to clear up for those on Instagram is I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican, okay? So I know you got a lot of Trumpites. I know we got a lot of Trumpites. I won't call you Uncle Tom Trumpites. I won't say that. Or nor will I call you Uncle Tom Bidenites. I'm just going to tell you about myself, so I won't say that about you. I'm not going to say that about you. I'm going to say that, speak for myself, that I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm an independent when it comes to elections. And I am going to tell you that we're going to talk law talk, legal talk. But I'm neither, like I said earlier this week, I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm a black man, okay? I'm a black man that speaks up and stands out for the interests of my people. I'm a servant for my people. I've been serving my people, black people, in the legal arena, in the political arena, for my entire adult life. Since I was a teenager, I've been on these front lines. I am a student of Khalid Muhammad. I'm a student of Attorney Chokwe Lumumba. I'm a student of Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm a student of, in another sense, of Johnny Cochran, Attorney Greg Latimer, Attorney Donald Temple, and other great attorneys that have gone out here before me. And so I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. So when I get to criticizing both of them, I don't want any of you Uncle Toms to start jumping. Okay, I didn't plan to start off like that, but since they want to start some stuff over here on Instagram, I'm finna get with you, because none of y'all stronger than me, not one single one of you. And you don't have no track record to back it up. But let me get back here, giving honor to God, to my friends on Facebook. I'm here to talk to you about this troubling police brutality. I'm here to talk to you about reparations. And I'm not just talking to talk. I'm going to be telling you what I'm doing and what we're doing in this battle. We got strong news on the police brutality front, strong news on the reparations front, and we got to talk some foreign policy in the U.S. elections and so forth, okay? This is kind of tight here, so sorry about that, but I got to come out of this. Here, man. I saved that for, thank you. Okay. So again, I'm here from the headquarters of Black Lawyers for Justice, and also my post as the reparations conductor, the national conductor for the Afro-descendant reparations movement, which is spearheaded by the Honorable Silas Muhammad. I'll get to that and them in short order. Right now, I'm going to talk to you about Mississippi, about the Goon Squad in Rankin County, Mississippi. I have a duty to you to report to you on my clients. These are our clients, my clients in Mississippi. I'm talking about Michael Jenkins. Y'all remember 1 year ago? 1 year ago, really on January 23rd, 2023, that horrific incident, that horrific attack, and that horrific police terrorism occurred at the hands of the 6 white Rankin County police officers, 6 sheriffs, attacked my clients, Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker, in that house in Mississippi. And maybe y'all need to be refreshed on the details. Michael Jenkins is in the hospital here. He was shot inside of the mouth by Hunter Elwood. Hunter Elwood, who's behind bars, but we're going to get to that. Hunter Elwood is the one at the end of this 2-hour torture session that placed his gun inside of, this is Elwood, nothing but a criminal, Hunter Elwood. He placed his gun on the inside of Michael Jenkins' mouth at the end of a 2-hour torture session and pulled the trigger and shot Michael Jenkins in the mouth, attempting to kill Michael Jenkins. Okay, this happened 1 year ago, and I am the lead counsel on that case. I am most happy to be supported by Attorney Trent Walker. Attorney Trent Walker, who's a real stand-up attorney who I'm happy to be honored with. And Mississippi is honored to have such great attorney. So myself and Attorney Trent Walker are attorneys for Michael Jenkins. And let me get my evidence packet here. Eddie Parker. Here's Eddie's back. This is Eddie Parker back. You see all the taser marks in his back? Because when they handcuffed and they kidnapped Eddie Parker in that house a year ago. They took the taser and shot him all in the back. Shot him in the back multiple times. They say they're not hearing anything. Oh, shoot. Let's make sure I'm on Facebook. Because if they're not hearing anything, I'm just going to come off this mic. Okay, I'm going to come off of this. That's Facebook? Is that Facebook? Okay, hold on. All right, I'm going to keep my microphone rolling. All right, hold 1 second. All right, turn it down. Okay, they say they hear me. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get back my rhythm. Just had to make sure we rolling. I be doing these broadcasts. You'd be an hour into it. They say they couldn't hear. So you monitor, my sister, and I'm right here. Okay, so let me let you know over here on Instagram a little bit more about me. We can get more familiar. Okay, I'm a revolutionary and an activist, and I've been an attorney for several decades. And my primary post right now is fighting police cases and organizing for reparations. Okay. All right, so here's, again, Eddie Parker, who was shot with tasers multiple times while handcuffed in that house. This is Michael Jenkins, who barely escaped alive after being shot in the mouth by Hunter Elward. But as you all know, but you need to be refreshed, there are 6 Rankin County Sheriff deputies that were involved in this 2-hour torture incident. And over the course of 2 hours, they broke into the house in Rankin County. They effectively kidnapped Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker. In the course of kidnapping them, they abused them horrifically. They did it because they were black. They accused them of dating white women, and they were there to make sure that no blacks could be in the neighborhood. So they invaded the house, they kidnapped the men, they tortured them, and over 2 hours they beat them savagely. Over 2 hours they tased them savagely, repeatedly, over and over again. They tased these men while handcuffed. They kicked them and beat them savagely while handcuffed. But then the goon squad officers, they even got more sick with it. The 6 goon squad officers. Khadijah, while I'm here on this phone, can you print out the pictures of the goon squad? Find it from wherever, and them 6 pictures, and print it out. Okay, but they got more sick with it. I don't want to get more sick with it with you, but here's a photo you need to look at. This is a photograph of a dildo. This is a photograph of a dildo that was used on the men. This is in Mississippi now. These is law enforcement, Rankin County deputies under the leadership of no good Sheriff Brian Bailey. Okay, so you see in here, you see the dildo. Okay, so what we're saying is, can you believe that? And what happened was, during this infamous raid on January 23rd, 2023, they took the dildo. These deputies took the dildo, the sexual device, and they shoved it in the mouths of our clients. They shoved it in their mouths in the course of this wicked police raid. They not only did they shove it in their mouths, yeah, that's what I said. I said in the course of detaining and arresting them, they shoved this dildo in their mouths. And they attempted to, but were unsuccessful in shoving it up the backside of Michael Jenkins. They tried to, but they was unsuccessful in this house. Not only did they did that, that's wicked enough. They did other things you've heard before, but you need to hear it again, because it's all contained in our lawsuit, which is in federal court. I'm here to talk about that. The legal battle has been waging away. And we've been waging a mighty legal battle because they're not going to shortcut our clients, and they're not going to shortcut the black man and the black woman. And they're not going to undervalue our lives ever again, not as long as we on the case. Thank you, ma'am. This the Goon Squad. These are the 6 men I'm talking about. I'm talking about Hunter Elwood, Christian Dedman, Daniel Updike, Joshua Hartsfield, Middleton. Can you see them? These are the Rankin County Goon Squad members. Okay, and you're looking at them, right? How do you see them in this photograph? Instagram, how do you see them? Huh? Elwood, McAlpin, Dedman, Updike, Middleton, Hartsfield. How do you see them? How do you see them out there, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? How do you see them? You see them in their jail clothes. You see them in their jail clothes because what started 1 year ago was us telling you about it and nobody would believe it, resulted in our struggle, our legal struggle and our political struggle, resulted in the indictment, the arrest, the indictment, and the guilty pleas of all 6 of these criminal officers. All 6 of them are behind bars, and they are notorious terrorists in Rankin County, Mississippi. They are notorious terrorists. But even at the cost of death threats, at the cost of our lives, we have taken on the wickedness of Rankin County, Mississippi. Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker, despite death threats, have stood up in Rankin County, Mississippi. We also represent Damian Cameron. Damian Cameron was a black man who on July 26, 2021, he met this same man. He met this same criminal, Hunter Elwood, who's behind bars in Mississippi. And Elwood is the one on that day of July 26, 2021, he is the one, him and Luke Strickland, who teamed up to suffocate and choke the life out of Damian Cameron in that house in Rankin County, Mississippi. They killed Damian Cameron, and his case was about to go south. This injustice was about to be bullied and covered up. But now we have taken on Damian Cameron's case, and we have waged a mighty fight on Damian Cameron's case. We had summary judgment, and we have gained much valuable and great information in our struggle to represent Damian Cameron. So what I want to tell y'all is 2 things, is that Attorney Shabazz and Black Lawyers for Justice, that we are all on top of the Goon Squad. We are all on top of Rankin County. We are all on top of the most wicked sheriff in the United States of America. And his name is Sheriff Brian Bailey. Brian Bailey, I'm going to show you this picture in a moment. Brian Bailey is a modern Bull Connor. Brian Bailey has supervised and been responsible for the wickedness of the Goon Squad. And our problem is that Brian Bailey is still in office. Brian Bailey is still in office, but he's barely in office. And so I'm here to tell you from the NAACP, print me a picture of Brian Bailey when you can. That the NAACP, that the Muslims under Minister Louis Farrakhan, who run the local organizing committee in Mississippi, I'm talking about Brother Kareem Muhammad and others, that they are waging a mighty campaign to get Brian Bailey boosted and booted out of office in Rankin County, Mississippi. And so in this chat room, I want you to put my email, Khadijah. I want you to put my email. Because if you want to help, to get the Goon Squad sheriff, their leader, the one who allowed them for years and years to torture, beat, and kill black people. If you want them, and if you want their leader out of office and behind bars, then we want you to contact my law office, because the battle is not over. Here's Brian Bailey. Here's old Brian Bailey. Here's Brian Bailey. Brian Bailey tries to play dumb, but Brian Bailey is not that damn dumb. Brian Bailey tries to act like he doesn't know what's going on, and that's bad enough as it is. When you got terrorists killing black citizens under your watch, and your dumb ass acting like you don't know what the hell is going on. I had a deposition against Brian Bailey. I deposed him a couple of weeks ago, and it was very knowledgeable for me, and encouraging for me also. Okay, so let's get down to the timetable so I can move on. I won't be long here, but I will be strong. Stick with me. I'm gonna tell you what's happening here. I'm running a schedule. On March 12th, the Goon Squad will be sentenced. On March the 12th, the 13th, they split it up for 6 damn days. The sentencing was supposed to be in November, then it was supposed to be in January, then they postponed it again till March. They are fighting to reduce the jail time. They're fighting to reduce these years that they're facing, because they are facing serious years in jail time. I'm not talking about a year and 2 years and 5 years. I'm talking about some 20 years and 30 years for the multiple civil rights criminal violations they pled guilty to. And part of that we get credit for. And the Department of Justice has been all over them. But they've delayed the sentencing twice because they're trying to get out of it and trying to argue and weasel their way out of it. They are hoping that you will die down in your outrage. They are hoping that you won't be mad anymore and that they will walk off with 1 year and 2 years sentences. And so what they have done is made a mistake, because they've delayed the sentencing till March 12th, Hunter Elwood. Let me look at my letter here. They've delayed the sentencing to March 12th and March 13th and 14th and the 18th, 19th, and 20th. They put each one of them on a different day now and spread it out over 2 weeks to make it hard for all of the activists that I'm working with on this line, to make it impossible for you to do what we want you to do. Pack that courthouse on March 12th. Now they got to make you pack it on the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, and every other day. And what we need you to do is to be there starting on March 12th in Mississippi. You got to be in that courtroom. You got to be in front of that judge at the United States District Courthouse. Somebody put in the chat room, March 12th, sentencing begins in the United States District Courthouse in Jackson, Mississippi. Somebody put that in the chat room, because we want you to be there. And we got to get vans and buses, and we got to get people in there to pack that courthouse. Not only that, we have to reach out to the judge. We have to reach out to the judge, and we need y'all to write letters to the judge and to support them getting long sentences. We got more time, so we got more time to work right now. And so what I'm telling y'all out here in the audiences is that it's not enough. Even though you're not a lawyer and you can't fight the case in court, nor can you represent the client, you can be in that courthouse to stand up for justice. And you can take my email that they're putting in the chat room And you can get your letter. You can get your letters and help send your letters to the judge and tell them that you do not want these criminals to see the light of day again. We're going to need your help to tell these criminals. We will respond to you in the chat room and give you a link. We want you to tell the judge that you don't want these criminals to see the light of day. And that is going to help keep these terrorists off the street. We must keep terrorist cops behind bars for many, many years. Okay, so they're putting my email in the chat. If you say that you were willing to write a letter, my staff will respond to you in the chat, and we're going to give you a link to help with the letters. And I want all of my staff that's working on Brian Bailey and working with Angela English and working with Mississippi and working with Sherelle Potts and working with Priscilla Teal and working with Brother Abdullah and working with all my friends in Mississippi. We have to stay hard in this hour. Well, I'm exhorting to you on this day. We must stay hard and vigilant for justice. And now that they delayed the sentencing, we have to be harder and give them more time and make them pay. Please be hard. And also help me and help the movement against police brutality, the part of it that I'm a part of and the part that I'm steering. Help. In the chat room right now, they're telling you how to help. In order to get buses, letters, organized rallies, those that believe in Black Lawyers for Justice and the police brutality movement, we need you to help. And so in Instagram, Khadijah, and Facebook, we want y'all to help. We straight up dropped a GoFundMe. All right, because while we risking our lives and getting buses and vans and in the office till midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, fighting cities, fighting counties, fighting this white man and his wickedness, all you got to do is either show up at the courthouse, write a letter, or give up that donation to help this movement. And then you have a brother and a man here that is strong and giving his life for our cause. Okay, so that's the Goon Squad, March 12th. Put that on your calendar. We want you to be there. And we aim for good results. I'm talking about 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s behind bars. But we need your help. Okay? No justice, no peace, no justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. How do we want it? How do we want that justice? I think somebody out there said, by any means necessary. I think that's what you said. I think you said you was hard out there. Okay? All right. Now this man, as far as he's concerned, the United States Justice Department is investigating Sheriff Brian Bailey. Through our efforts, the U.S. Justice Department and the FBI are investigating him. If you have any information on the Rankin County Sheriff's Department, on Brian Bailey, the sheriff, and if you have been a victim of any of their crimes at any time, what we want you to do is to email attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. Attorney.shabazz. Put that in the chat room. Attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. I need all of Brian Bailey's crimes. This sheriff here who's running a criminal department. All of his information and crimes, I need you to get it to me. And in the chat room, the Department of Justice will give you their numbers. They have their own investigation going, and they're after him. Pardon me. They're after Brian Bailey as well. But Brian Bailey can no longer be the sheriff of Rankin County. This modern Bull Connor, You know, that's the sheriff that Martin Luther King had to oppose. That's the sheriff that said that he would never back down from King. This is the modern Bull Connor. And we will never back down from Brian Bailey until he's out of office. And then some. And some say he's going behind bars because he's been cheating, stealing, and lying for a long time. So please support the case, support the movement, be at sentencing, and do what we ask you in these chat rooms, because we are at war against police brutality. Are you at war against police brutality? That's all I need to know out here. Since you say you hard, some of you out there say you hard, are you at war against police brutality? And if so, what are you doing about it? Now also, I guess I should clear this up before we go, say this before we go forward. I want to give a shout out to, the new chairman of the new Black Panther Party since October, the Honorable Babu Omowale. I want y'all to put his link in the chat. Babu Omowale, the chairman of the Panther Party, who's holding the line. And he succeeded. He's the successor in the new Black Panther Party, behind myself, behind the Honorable Hashim Nzinga, bless Brother Hashim, God rest his soul. Behind the Honorable Khalid Muhammad, rest in peace. Now you have a new chairman, Babu Omowale, and you have a chairman that is rooted and steeled and trained in self-defense. And so while we're talking about opposing police brutality, I do want to say that there is a new Black Panther Party that continues on. And this new Black Panther Party is chaired by a man who was steeled and died in the wool in self-defense. And I must say to all of us that self-defense cannot die in America. Self-defense for Black people must live. We cannot say we have self-determination without self-defense. And when I say self-defense, we mean lawful armed self-defense. It's armed self-defense. So I want you to put the Panther Party links in the chat, because as the former chairman of the party, I have a vested interest in making sure the party continues on. And I think that the self-defense people will be coming to the sentencing as well. We need self-defense for Black people as a human right, and we cannot back down from it, my sisters and brothers. So what y'all calling me, or some of y'all calling me, no, I'm not going to go against the new chairman of the new Black Panther Party, whom I endorsed and helped to install. He's my brother. And Black people need to know how to get along and get in line, and everything can't go your way. Black folks, stop fussing and fighting and get down with the struggle. And sometimes the best thing you can do after having your voice heard is to hear and obey. Sometimes after we done heard what you had to say, then you take orders from some generals and some soldiers and some elders out here, because we got to get free. We ain't got not 1 second to waste. Black power. Okay, so that's police brutality. Some of you saw on my page, a family in Colorado just got $1.9 million on the eve of trial after fighting that case for about 3 years. They got $1.9 million from being being falsely arrested and humiliated and degraded by the police in Aurora, Colorado. So racism does cost. Racism, if you fight hard as a lawyer, racism can get compensation for your clients, and racism can impact city and county budgets. And so we're glad for that family. Even though it's not my case, we're glad for that family. We're glad for every family that can recover from police brutality in this hour. And our civil case against Rankin County continues. Our civil case against Rankin County continues, and we've had some initial talks and initial discussions and these initial negotiations. And And the struggle continues because we're not going to allow you to devalue black life and to treat our people like niggas. You think you're going to throw some chicken feed at niggas and we're going to lay down? It ain't finna happen. Because we're not afraid to work and labor and sweat and work for the victory. Huh? We want justice and we want it now. So struggle continues. If y'all like my services in police brutality, you can reach me at attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. Attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. The reality is I'm booked up with police cases. The cases that I got and headed to trial, I'm booked up with. I'm headed to trial in a few weeks on Umar Ali. His dad might be watching. Umar Ali here in Prince George's County. This is a Second Amendment case when they jacked him up and he had a lawful firearm, had the right to have his weapon, and the police just jumped in on him, drug him out of his car, took him off to jail, only to find out later that his permit was valid. And I say, if you think that we're going to let that pass, then you're wrong too. You're wrong too. And so we headed to trial on that, and we finishing all of the pretrial motions. And this is an important case in Prince George's County. I want y'all to keep watch on it. We're going to try this case in a couple of weeks. And they think they're right. And I believe strongly that we're right. And if a black man or any citizen has a Second Amendment right to their weapon, and they have a constitutional right to it, then you better act accordingly and don't treat them like a criminal. Because if you do, you're going to have a fight on your hands. So we'll be back with the Umar Ali case. And I want to say this in conclusion, that I'm booked up with police cases. I know y'all are emailing me about every kind of race case under the sun. Y'all in jail, you was in jail, somebody dogged your child out at school. We got 100 issues coming in here, but it's impossible for Attorney Shabazz and the lawyers that I'm working with to handle all of it right now. Okay, I don't mean you no offense, but if I didn't return your message or your call, it is not because I'm not on my job. I'm just overbooked in this struggle, okay? But things will get better. What I want to say is that all young brothers and who are listening to me, I need y'all to go to law school. I need y'all to don't watch this struggle, but I need you to go to law school and to become a lawyer. Just like Malcolm X said he was trying to be a lawyer. Malcolm X said, I wanted to be a lawyer, but his teacher discouraged him. Now you got a chance to go to law school online, Howard University Law School, community law school, state law school, University District of Columbia Law School. And every time we going into the law school classrooms, like even back when I was in law school years ago, all we seeing is in the law schools is sisters and black women. Nothing but black women. Where are the black men? And where are the brothers that are going to go to law school so we can have more lawyers to fight the war? You know? Now we need you. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to say this and move on, especially the Instagram. You know, y'all complain. Some of y'all complain a lot. Some of y'all say y'all foundational black Americans. Okay, I'm talking to you foundational black Americans. Some of y'all say that somebody from out of the country is coming to America to take what's yours. I understand that. You say an immigrant is coming to take what's yours. I understand that. You say a migrant is coming across the border to take what's yours. I understand that. You say that an African from Nigeria or Jamaica, that they going to take what's yours here. Okay, I understand that. You've been here since 1865, or your roots been here since 1619, 1555. You say I'm first in line here. Well, if you first in line, I'm gonna say this and move on. If you first in line here in America, what the hell are you doing about it while you here in America? Since you first in line to open up that store and take over your own hair and nails, that's making billions, and black women is running into the Korean shop every 5 seconds to get their hair done, weaves, and whatever they got done. I need to ask you, Mr. Black American, since you've been here, when the hell are you going to take over the multi-billion-dollar hair and nails and cosmetics market like Madam C.J. Walker, who is a foundational black American? When are you going to do it and collect on that money that you ain't collected on, since it's right in your face in your community? Or you going to complain that somebody else is doing it when it's right in your damn hands, right in your hands to do it? Black women and men. I know some of you don't like what I'm saying. You might throw a few rocks at me, but it's the truth. Why are you complaining about competing in line for a goddamn food stamp? You want a food stamp battle with a Mexican or a Guatemalan, or you fighting over like an Uncle Tom. I gotta give me Social Security. They're gonna take my Social Security. They're gonna take my tenant. They're gonna take my welfare. You sound like a bootlicking Uncle Tom. God damn it, you shouldn't be fighting for damn welfare. You should have been fighting to take your share of the market. Your share of the market right in your black face. How many times do we have to give up billions and billions to our brown brothers who are contractors and rebuilding houses in these cities? How many times do we have to concede billions and billions to the brown man who is fixing up, repairing homes, tearing up floors, remodeling floors, gutting out houses, drywalling, putting that damn house back together, while a black man lay around and won't come on the goddamn job? Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry for getting loud up in this office, but you knew I was going to do it anyway. But I'm talking to you, Lazarus, who the Bible calls Lazarus, laying at the gate of the rich man, waiting for some crumbs to fall off the white man's table. Hell yeah, I'm for reparations, but you got to see what kind of reparations I'm for. Right now, we're losing billions and hundreds of billions every day right now because black folks will not take over the asphalt business. They won't take over the contracting business. They won't take over the remodeling business. They won't take over the goddamn reconstruction and remodeling and home improvement business. We don't want to get our hands dirty. Most of us. There's a few out there. There's a few black contractors out there. But don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because my company has spent $4 million over the last years. $4 million remodeling and constructing in businesses. And Khadijah will come here and tell you if I'm lying. Tell you if I'm lying. That we have done everything we can to get our black contractors to do our jobs, and we were forced, not by choice, by force. We had to hire brown men to come get a bulk of that money because a black man wouldn't either come to work or qualify himself for the job, and that's happening all over America. These cities are under gentrification and under redevelopment and design, and you got billions of dollars coming in, and you got black people watching while brown people come and take it over. It ain't that somebody put that man over you. It's that you didn't take charge in your own damn community. And so I'm going to leave that and say that we must do for ourselves and take complete control of the economy in the black community right now. That's what Malcolm X teaches. That's what Elijah Muhammad teaches. That's what Marcus Garvey teaches. We must take 100% control of every black dollar that goes in the black community now. How are we going to let brothers and sisters from Africa come here and sign up to be RNs, registered nurses? How are we going to let them dominate to be LPNs, licensed professional nurses? Every time we go to the RN school, the LPN school, who's the last name or who's on the roll? Huh? It's Ogunyahala who's in that RN class. Huh? It's Nwanzi who's in that class. It's an African who got here from Senegal. It's an African brother and sister who got here from Cameroon. It's an African brother and sister who got here from Nigeria, and they went in and they going and getting that RN license, getting that LPN license. They're getting them licenses. And then every time we trying to go get our brothers, our family here from America, black people in America, straight up robbed by the white man. We try to get you in the LPN school, get you in the RN school, get you into the trades to qualify so you can take control of the medical business in the black community. And then you want to argue back at us. I ain't going to school. Nigga don't want to go to school. Negroes want to start a business by starting it on OnlyFans. That's Negroes' #1 business these days. Starting some shit on OnlyFans. Now you fuss with me if I'm lying. Medical business is billions, 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 hundreds of billions every year. In the black community, they got medical services. And guess who's dominating it? Our African brothers and sisters from Africa. They come from Africa. They driving them Ubers. They living in homes, stacking in, living in them homes so they can buy their own. And they taking control of medical services. They going to school getting licenses, RN licenses, and LPN licenses. God damn it, in engineering school. You think it's you, John Jones? You think it's Tommy Smith, you? You think it's you, Jaquan from Southeast? In engineering school? Hell no, they from Nigeria. And nobody stopped you from going there. Nobody stopped you from taking control of it. So whether you like me or not on this broadcast, I'm going to tell you straight up like your daddy. God damn it, you have failed to take charge of your position in America and take charge of your economy, to take charge of your dollars, to take charge of your reparations. And if you will hear what I say and make a change, then we will have a change. But you will not get out of this condition by being in denial. Being in denial. I see you waving. I'm going to come to you. I'm waving back. Being in denial and blaming your problem on others. The whole world is passing us by. Goddamn red man passing us by. Yellow man, China, Japan passing us by. Everybody passing us by, and I'm sick and tired of it. I'm here talking and speaking up for the black man and black woman here in the hills of North America, bound in the pits and bounds of North America. I love you, but we must accept the consequences. We must do for self or accept the consequences. We must do for self or accept the consequences. We must take control of our economy and our lives. Otherwise, we're going to be destroyed. Okay? Okay, I hope I'm going to be just a few more minutes. Understand what I'm saying. Joe Biden cannot save you. Donald Trump cannot save you. If you out there saying you a black man and you a MAGA, here you go, Uncle Tom. And I'm in the MAGA. I'm a MAGA. Shut up, fool. Make America great again means to put the white man's boot firmly on your black neck, dumbass. God damn it, neither one of them is worth 2 damn cents. Now, you might participate in the election. You should, because there are local elections, there's city council, there's important things going on the ballot. I'm not saying stay out of the election. I personally back Dr. Cornel West, who will be at our National Reparations Convention May 17th through the 19th. Personally, my choice for president is the Honorable Dr. Cornel West. But for you who are picking between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, your choice is between Satan and Lucifer, or the devil, or Beelzebub. Either which one you vote for, you finna live up in hell if you don't do something for your black self. If you, again, I want you to take this medicine. If you are for Joe Biden or Donald Trump, your choice is between Satan, Lucifer, the devil, or Beelzebub. Either which one you jump behind, you're going to end up in hell, particularly if you don't do something for ourselves and for us to unite as a people. We are a nation within a nation. That's it. God damn it, we are not the Democrats and we ain't Republicans. We are a nation within a nation. Donald Trump is a goddamn criminal, and Joe Biden is a bomber and a criminal. Joe Biden is a criminal. Right now, he's committing criminal acts and bombing brown people who are standing up for justice all throughout the world. So if you think I'm on one side or the other, you are greatly misinformed. I'm for black. We are a nation within a nation. That's my love for you. That's who we are. We family now. Even though we might be fussing on this broadcast, we family now. We are a nation within a nation. We come from different tribes and families. But as the Holy Quran say, I, Allah, have created you into tribes and families. I, God, have created you into tribes and families, so that you may know one another better. And it also means not despise each other. All right, so we got differences, but we're getting to know each other better, and we're family. And what I say to you is out of all black love, black power. Okay, let's go on here now. Let's get to reparations, and then I think I got Melina Abdullah. She may be on the line here. I'm trying to get her in my conversation. Khadijah, can you maybe plug my cell in over here? I got one thing to say. Come here before you do that, man. Come here over here. Look, let me tell you this. This is business right now. This is my assistant, Sister Khadijah Shabazz, okay? She works here in my office. She answers the phone. She's in that chat room. She's on the internet, okay? Khadijah is over the injury department, okay? When you see her in the chat, you'll understand. All accidents and injuries in the black nation, I need y'all to call my office, straight up. All personal injuries and accidents, y'all need to call my office, because the black man needs to get his share of the accident business. You think we're going to let whites and others get all of our damn injury money as well? Hell no. You say, Attorney Shabazz, it's like you just trying to get some accident money. No. I just told you how I'm giving my life for human rights and civil rights. I just told you and showed you I'm a freedom fighter. Now I got to get my money. Okay, I got to get you some money for when you get in that accident. And I got to get my money from helping you get your money. So I want you to contact Khadijah so I can get you your money fast anywhere in the country. Because as far as I'm concerned, all of this territory should be mine. All of you revolutionaries and conscious folks and Muslims, y'all attorney for injuries should be Attorney Shabazz. Because y'all know when I get some money, it's not just my money, it's the money for the black nation. All right? And so that's black business. It's just a sidebar. That's business. And you got to handle your business. And therefore, then in the chat, they put in the numbers 301-513-5445. I have to tell you, that's all I'm doing right now. A limited number of police cases, which are very important, police cases and them accidents and injuries. That's what I got time for, and I got to get you your money, and I got to collect my money. All right? Black Power, let's move on. Let's move on. Got to handle some business here. I need your support in that chat room. How you want to support this movement that we're talking about, put it in the chat room. Let's talk about this. And then I'm going to look for Melina Abdullah and John Barnett to help me talk about where we're going. We talk about reparations now. Now we're talking about reparations and the reparations movement, which needs to be united. The first thing I want to say is to anybody that's coming on here to try to challenge me. If you may say you're from ADOS, or I'm from FBA or ADOS, you my brother and my sister. That's the first thing I want to say to you, my brother or my sister. If you're a follower of Tariq Nasheed, you are my brother and my sister. So first thing we're advocating here for is unity in the reparations movement. We must have unity in the reparations movement. And therefore, I'm open for dialogue. If you got my message, you know how to reach me by message. And we're here to dialogue. So whatever they're saying about the organization in reparations that I represent, which is the Afro-Descendant Nation. Afro-Descendant Nation. If y'all heard about us, you got questions, I'm right here open for dialogue. Email me, call me. I want to sit down I'm sitting down with all of the reparations leaders. And if you say you with IDOS, I want to sit down with Yvette Carnell as well. And I'll sit down with Tariq Nasheed as well. I'm sitting down with everybody as well. I have a duty of diplomacy. Okay, but our convention is coming up. It's a national convention and it will be very strong. It's building right now. This convention will be, first of all, will be one of our keynote speakers is Dr. Cornel West. It's May 17th through the 19th at Lincoln United Church of Christ in Washington. Lincoln United Church in Washington, in the Shaw area right near Howard University. Lincoln Temple United Church is where the National Reparations Convention will be. I'm sure my helpers is in the chat room giving you the link to the convention site, giving you that web link to the convention site. Our convention is coming up. Our convention is spearheaded, will be keynoted. One of our keynote speakers is Dr. Cornel West. That's right, Dr. Cornel West is coming to be with us all weekend. The Afro-Descendant Nation is the sponsor. The Afro-Descendant Nation is founded by, and spearheaded by the Honorable Silas Muhammad and his government that he has set up in the Afro-Descendant Nation, of which I am a part of. Okay, I'll get back into that others. I know we got Muslims on the line. Muslims are saying, well, what is this, Malik Zulu Shabazz? What is this with you and the Honorable Silas Muhammad? Who is Silas Muhammad? Why are you with Silas Muhammad? I thought you was with Khalid Muhammad. Who is all that? We'll get to that in a second. There's two Saviors days. What is all that about? We'll get to that in a second. Okay, we're talking about the reparations convention right now, though. We're talking about all reparations advocates meeting in Washington and taking our struggle to the next level. So I'm going to tell you who we got coming, then I'm going to tell you where we headed, because time for talking is up. Time for a bunch of goddamn meeting and chatting online and a bunch of Zooms and all that is up. Okay? We got the leader of Black Lives Matter, the real authentic leader for Black Lives Matter, that bold and courageous black woman from Los Angeles, California, that one who has been persecuted and terrorized by the police, that one that has been endorsed and by the legacy in the Black Nationalist and Black Panther movement. I'm talking about Sister Queen Melina Abdullah, the professor from Los Angeles, California, who is the real authentic leader from Black Lives Matter. Now I know some of you say, oh, hell no, Black Lives Matter is whack. Hell no. Black Lives Matter said this. Black Lives Matter did that. Black Lives Matter got this money. Black Lives Matter was whack in this way or that way. You know, you may be partly right. Black Lives Matter has done some wild stuff and some crazy stuff. Also, you interested in Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter dominated America during the police brutality struggle. They made themselves dominant. Whatever you say about them, they became dominant. Okay, now some of them went off and got some funds and went on off into the sunset, and some of them was on the pimp game. That's true. But I'm here to tell you, you cannot stereotype all Black Lives Matter persons. There are many amongst them who are sincere. And there are many followers out there who have either been misled and they are sincere. They have a true leader. Black Lives Matter have a true leader that have been appointed by God and the ancestors and endorsed by our movement. She's on this flyer. I'm trying to bring it in close. Her name is Melina Abdullah. Sister Queen, a black woman, Melina Abdullah. And Melina Abdullah understands and supports strong black men. She's not trying. Okay. They goddamn ended my video. All right, they knocked me off Instagram. I don't look like I'm coming back. Maybe I'm coming back. I hit you again. I hit it again. All right. Okay, well, they come back on Facebook. Anyway, let me just focus in on this and in this message. I don't think I'm coming back on that. So I'll leave that alone. I don't want to get technically disturbed. Let me conclude this thing here. Melina Abdullah, who is going to be one of our keynote speakers at the National Reparations Convention at Lincoln United Temple in Washington, D.C. on May 17th through the 19th. That's what I said, through the 19th. That's the weekend birthday of Malcolm X. Melina Abdullah, the real and true new leader of Black Lives Matter, she loves strong black men. She honors and appreciates strong black men. She's not trying to break down the black family and to break the black man down any further. She's not trying to pit the black man against the black woman. This is the leader that should be over Black Lives Matter. Melina Abdullah understands black nationalism, Pan-Africanism. Most of all, she understands activism and how to put pressure and heat on this enemy. And that's what Black Lives Matter is going to bring to the reparations movement. What Black Lives Matter is going to bring to the reparations movement is that activism, that pressure, that street action that the reparations movement sorely needs. Okay? So you got Melina Abdullah, head of Black Lives Matter. You got on here, you got Warrior Woman, the indigenous. That's what I said. The blacks who are indigenous are coming to this convention. There are blacks here who will tell you, and that we represent, they came before Columbus. Black people came before, there were blacks in America before Columbus. There are black indigenous in America that were colonized, oppressed by white people in America, and they were here before Columbus, here before 1776. Black people are the original people on the planet all over the face of the planet Earth. Black people are the original people. And we represent them too. So the indigenous blacks are coming also. The Emmett Till family. Emmett Till family is going to be, Honorable Priscilla Till is going to be at the National Reparations Convention. My president of the Afro-descendant nation, that noble and distinguished black woman, President Akila Mukarram, and our ambassador Tahida Mohammed, and all of the greats in the Afro-descendant nation, they are going to be there. Professor James Small is going to be at our convention. The great brother Cam Howard of Reparations United, Cam Howard, who's pushing hard for a federal elections commission for reparations, federal elections commission for reparations, and saying that the Democrats must earn the black vote by supporting reparations. Cam Howard will be there at our convention. In Cobra, our family will be there. Ados, our family will be there. FBA, our family will be there. There are brothers and sisters who are in the RNA. They're trying to bring back the RNA. Well, if they are civilized with us, we'll be civilized with them, and they can come to be with us because we honor the legacy of Chokwe Lumumba and Imari Obadele. Ramzu Yunus, that hard-driving freedom fighter from all over the planet, human rights policy officer, him, Sister Shirley Baker, they will be there. All of the reparations groups will be there. All of our activists, Brother John Barnett, will be there. Pastor Ted Sutton will be there. And we want you to be there. They put it in the chat room. May 17th through the 19th in Washington, D.C. We want you to be there because we must have unity in the reparations movement. And we want you to do this today. We want you to tell us that we want you to confirm that you want reparations, and we want you to tell us what kind of reparations you want. So in the chat room right now, they are putting up the links for the national reparations election that's going on right now. They're putting the links in the chat right now. And they are putting this phone number in. 1-877-506-2184. They're putting that in there right now. I know that they are. They're backing me up today. 877-506-2184. That's the number you can text the National Reparations election to. The National Reparations ballot. The National Reparations plebiscite. Put that in the chat room real quick. Give me 1 second. Put the ballot in the chat room. Put the link in the chat room. We want everyone to vote for reparations and to cast your vote as to what type and what kind of reparations you want. And we want you to register with this movement because we want you to be first in line when it goes down. And therefore, we want you to participate in the national election, the national vote. We want you to put that text around to everybody. 877-506-2184. Text reparations to that number. Text reparations to 877-506-2184. Text reparations to that number. Click the link that they're giving you right now and vote. It takes 2 minutes to vote. Take the link, share it with your family. Take the link, share it in these chat rooms. Take the link every day, every hour, share it across the internet. We're looking for 1 to 10 million votes. We're looking for 1 to 10 million votes so that we can confirm what type of reparations we want. So we can take our votes to the United Nations and the International Court of Justice, which has weight amongst the nations. And we're going to take our 1 to 10 million votes that you're casting. And we're going to have the United Nations and the International Court of Justice rule in favor of blacks in America for lineage-based reparations. We're gaining the vote and the consent of the masses of our people through our vote campaign right now. And we're going to gain the support of the nations of the earth through the United Nations, the International Court of Justice, the Organization of African Unity, and we're going to bring world pressure to bear on the United States, on the Catholic Church, on these companies and corporations that have robbed our people for the years and decades and gotten away with it. We're going to gather millions of votes, and we're going to gather millions of people, and we are going to go to war for our full and complete reparations. Gaining full and complete reparations will require war. It will require the complete giving of ourselves and the willing to give our lives and then some. But we have to gather our people by the millions, gather our leader and our people. I hope my brothers from the National Reparations League are listening. The young brothers with the National Report Card, the National Reparations League, because they come into the convention and they're in their 20s. They're in their 30s. And we need young people. We must have young people in the reparations movement and in the liberation movement. So if you're young, if you're in your 30s and your 20s, like the National Reparations League, who we're talking with right now, our brothers, I need you to contact the Afro-Descendant Nation and contact us in this chat, because the stage is yours. The streets are yours. The movement is yours. We're older. We done all up in our 50s and others into their 60s and up and over. And this struggle belongs to young people. Don't you ever get mistaken about this. And just like Khalid Muhammad gave me a chance when I was just 19 years old or 20 years old, when Khalid Muhammad gave me a chance as a young man, I, as an older man, am here to give it to my young brothers and sisters. So because this struggle to get full and complete liberation will likely outlive my lifespan and many of yours. 877-506-2184. Text reparations to that number. The link comes up on your phone. Vote. We need 10 million votes and we need your help. When we get 10 million votes, we have 10 million registrants. We have 10 million people that we can load up and send into battle. That's what I said. When we got 10 million people registered, organized, when the leaders are together, we have 10 million people that we can mobilize into battle. What kind of battle? The battle for full and complete reparations. Where's the battle? The battle is with the people that have robbed us and destroyed us and taken our money and killed our ancestors. They've killed our people. They owe us much more than money. They owe us much more than a damn check. They owe us much more than the institutions that they owe us. They owe us much more than the land, the states that they stole from us. They owe us all that, and they owe us more than that. In all due respect, understand, they owe us their lives. That's what they owe us. They owe us their lives. And perhaps the lives of their babies. Because the Bible says, as thou hast done, so shall it be done unto you. And the Bible says, you have taken our blood, you shall be given your own blood to drink like water. The Holy Quran say, fight with those who fight with you, and they have fought against us and taken everything from us. Quran say, Wakatilu fi sabilillahi ladina yukatilunakum. Fight in the way of God with those who fight with you. So all I'm asking you here today is to Support the fight. We need 10 million because sanctions work. Boycotts work. Strikes work. The power of the black dollar works. I hope somebody watching and they can take that link off my page, which is about the McDonald's suffering from the boycotts over Israel and Gaza. I hope somebody can do that. And then I'm going to be looking for Abdullah in my chat room in a minute. A very good development. So I want you to vote. Support the vote. Support the plebiscite. A plebiscite is a national vote. This is our vote, not the U.S. election vote. You into that? When the hell you going to vote for yourself? Vote for your reparations and self-determination. This is our election. It's going on all year. It's going on till we get 10 million votes on the ballot. And we voting for reparations. Then we voting for what kind of reparations we want. Then we're voting for self-determination. And then we're voting so that we can go before the International Court and the International Court of Justice with a lawful identity that's going to get us lawful action. Are you listening to me, Morris? All of you scientists out there, you say, well, you criticize black. You say, well, black is not a nationality. Well, black is not legal. Black is not lawful. Okay, I hear you saying what black is not, but let me tell you what black is, so that you will love black and embrace black. Black is original. You are the original man and woman on the planet, the mother and father of civilization. All life comes up out of blackness. All thoughts coming out your mind come out of the blackness of your mind. All animal life, all vegetable life, all life comes up out of the blackness, beyond the triple blackness of the soil comes out of black. The Holy Quran say man fashioned from black mud, fashioned in the shape. Who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of civilization, and the God of the universe. Deal with that. Black is the essence and origin of all life. Black means indigenous. Kemet means black. Ethiopia means the land of the black and the burnt skin peoples. Black is your melanin and your DNA coding down to your soul and your spirit. It all emanates from black. Black is divine and black is God and God is black. So I can't take no anti-black talk. But, y'all all right? But, black as opposed to white in the 1960s. Black power. Black as opposed to Negro. Black, as we taught by Dr. Karinga, means color, culture, consciousness. Black is African and African is black. Black is all over the 196,940,000 square miles of the planet. Black is original peoples of every peoples on the planet. The black, the brown, the red, and the yellow. Black nation outnumbers white 12 to 1 on the planet. 4,400,000,000. The 2 billion blacks on the planet, descendants of Africa. On our ballot, I know I had to drop that. On our ballot, it says, whether you agree with me or not, that we are black, whether you'll call yourself a Moor, we are Moors, whether you call yourself a freedman, whether you call yourself a descendant of slave, Whatever you call yourself, we accept that. You are our brother and our sister. You are a Hebrew Israelite, you are our brother and our sister. You say, I'm a Muslim, you are our brother and our sister. But lawfully, reparations, lawfully, the only way we're going to get the support of the nations of the earth through the courts of justice is we have to proceed lawfully as Afro-descendants. And so I must tell you that as strong of a black man as I am, that I'm legally an Afro-descendant. I'm getting an Afro-descendant identity. And that's getting me to the International Court of Justice and the United Nations. Afro-descendant means a descendant of Africa that has suffered chattel slavery in America. That's lineage based. Afro-descendant is a descendant of Africa that has suffered chattel slavery in America and continues to suffer as a result of chattel slavery and continues to suffer human rights abuses. That's a basic definition. Somebody should put that in the chat room. Lawfully, those in the West, in America, in Central America, in South America, we're Afro-descendants lawfully. In America, we're Afro-descendants in America for lawful purposes. And so that's on the ballot. The ballot states, the ballot asks your permission, your kind permission. Maintain your cultural identity. Maintain it. You see the ballots in the chat room now. Maintain your identity, but allow your representatives to represent you as Afro-descendants because that's your unique, lawful, and political identity. And it does not interfere at all with who you are spiritually and culturally. And I want you to become a member of the Afro-Descendant Nation movement. This movement that I'm a part of and these beautiful brothers and sisters is growing all over America. When I want you to become part of the Afro-Descendant Nation movement for reparations, and I want you at our convention. It's going to be overflowing. It's going to be out into the streets. And I want you to sign up early because Dr. Cornel West is coming. The Honorable Silas Mohammed is coming. Black Lives Matter coming. The Emmett Till family is coming. I'm inviting Brother Tariq Nasheed. I'm inviting the Ados. I'm inviting everybody to come home as family and we can get in the back room and fight about it if we got to. But we got one common enemy, and that's the enemy to reparations. I'm inviting the freedmen. We freedmen, yeah, we freed and we men. Shit, I'm that too. All right, so I'll conclude here and try to bring on Miss Abdullah. I haven't blew all of that, blew my folks off. I'm going to look for her in this thing, to cue her in on the line. I want to say sanctions work. I'm hoping somebody puts the link from McDonald's being hurt by the Gaza boycott sanctions in the chat room. Please, if this is on my page, somebody copy and paste it, put it in the chat room. McDonald's, a multinational major company that is feeding bad food to our people all over the planet. They're being hurt severely by sanctions and by boycotts. That's what's happening with McDonald's. And that's what's coming out of our convention by God's will. We're not just gaining votes and registrants and talking. All of the companies and this government that won't respect us and that won't give us our full and complete reparations, we have to now use our economic hammer to hammer them. We have limited means. We don't have aircraft carriers. We don't have battleships. We don't have airplanes, fighter planes yet to enforce our will on others like America does. We don't have weapons like that to enforce our will, but we have the power of our unity, and we have the power of We have the power of our labor and the power of our dollars. And so I'm going to be proposing and pressing hard for strikes and sanctions against multinational corporations that owe us reparations. That's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for us to unite. I'm fighting for us to withhold the black dollar. I'm looking for Melina right now. Hold on one second. Try to go. All right, well, I'll try. I can't get too technical. I've been messed up. I might just conclude here. I want to bring her on, though. Let me find her. I tried to get her on here. I need to get her on here. Anyway, I'll try to work it in a second. Let me finish this message. Look, reparations people, we have to take the battle to the next level. We have to punish those that have punished us. We have to take back from those who robbed us. Just in these boycotts over Gaza and the genocide that's occurring in Gaza at the hands of the Israelis, well, they found out that Starbucks and McDonald's are heavily involved with the assault and the genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza. And so a boycott was launched worldwide against McDonald's and Starbucks. And guess what? It's working. Even without you participating in it and without us getting fired up about it, it's working. McDonald's stocks are sinking. Starbucks is sinking. Right now, what I need you to do is sink McDonald's while they're sinking, and sink Starbucks while they're winking. While they're sinking, sink them as a sign of us sinking our enemies in the reparations movement. McDonald's is sinking. We need you now to sink them. Don't buy another damn Big Mac, a quarter pounder with cheese from old no good McDevils. Don't buy no damn processed fries that's killing your arteries from McDevils. Not even in an emergency. McDonald's is sinking behind the attack on Gaza. They should have been sinking for the attack on our community and the diabetes and the death they brought on our community, but we were not strong enough to sink McDonald's. Now McDonald's is trembling and sinking, and all you got to do, black man and black woman, is sink them. Don't be spotted at another McDonald's or another McDevils a day in your life. Sink them. Goddamn Starbucks. I know you like your Starbucks coffee. God damn it, I had me a $9 Starbucks coffee too. But I found out that Starbucks is now involved in the genocide in Gaza, so the hell with Starbucks. Sink the Starbucks. Don't buy another damn overpriced coffee from old Starbucks. Phony ass, lying like they liberal for liberal causes, participating in genocide Starbucks. While they trembling on the edge, sink them. Starbucks, show you got some power now and back up the world of the oppressed who's supporting the fight in Gaza, because we don't like what we see in Gaza. And Joe Biden is behind it. And what I'm saying to you in conclusion is that reparations, oh, okay, I see over here on the side. I might see Abdullah on the side. I see where I got over here on the side. I can reach my folks on the side. Okay, I'm coming to you. I see you asking questions on the side. Reparations has economic power. Black people, you got economic power. In my close of this message, you got the power to take back your money and your products and your business in the black community and your contracting and your labor. You got that, those billions and trillions, you got that power in you right now. Take that power. Take it back into your hands right now, and don't let no brown man, don't let nobody from no other company get ahead of you and what you, through the power of self-determination and doing yourself, should take for yourself in America right now. That's self-determination. Nobody can give you self-determination. You must take it, and you must take it by physical force and by intelligent mental power. And you must make up in your mind you're going to take charge of the black community's resources today. Make that pledge. That's self-determination. Self-determination also means that every dollar that companies and corporations that are involved in reparations are making, we're going to unite and shut them down. We're going to ask Black Lives Matter. We're going to ask John Barnett and all the activists. We're going to ask Larry Ham and all of the street folks. We're going to ask them to take to the streets for reparations. We're going to ask them to take to Wells Fargo and these other banks and shut down their doors and their lobbies and run their corporate executives down the street. We're calling on them. We're calling on the Catholic Church who robbed black people through slavery. And they got businesses everywhere. We're going to identify them and we're going to shut them down. We're going to identify the bloodsuckers that participated in slavery and shut them down. If it was me pushing the election, I would shut down the election unless the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, until they say I'm giving you reparations, shut them down. That's what we organize and our vote for. That's what we organize and our folks for. That's why we registering as Afro-descendants lawfully and taking our case before the world. But if they won't give it to us, we're going to show them that we are such a strong force in America. We're going to show them how strong we are. And if they won't give it up, we're going to have to take it. Because we cannot do without justice. We must have justice, and we must have it now. I thank you for hearing this message, this long message. You haven't heard from me from a while. I'm right here in my headquarters, and I'm standing up, and I'm fighting back. And I love my people. And I refuse to allow my black family, my babies, and black women to go without a strong man and a strong movement. Now let me see if I can get John Barnett on here. John Barnett, how do I bring you on? How do I bring him in to the conversation? All right, well, I don't know how to do all that, and I'm sorry. I'm looking to try to bring folks in, and oh no, don't want to cancel out. All right, well, they'll comment. I want you to respect those in the comments. I'm going to bring them on later. I'm going to figure out how to bring them on at another time. I'm sorry for not bringing them on. John Barnett is my good brother. He's one of the strongest activists in the United States of America. He's in every city and every state. He's fought for civil rights, fought to keep black people protected in jail. He's fought for Michael Jenkins. He's fought for Eddie Parker. Next, fought for Jenkins and Eddie Parker. John Barnett. I need you to know that he's going to be key in this hour. Melina Abdullah, the real leader of Melina Abdullah, the true leader of Black Lives Matter. I need you to know, black folks who are under the red, black, and the green, that you can trust her. As you hear more from her, you're going to hear from her direct from my page. As you hear from her and observe her, I want you to know that she is the real deal. I want you to know that you can trust the Afro-descendant nation. And you can trust the Honorable Silas Muhammad. Let me conclude on this. You say, well, what is all this Silas Muhammad talk with you, Malik Zulu Shabazz? Okay, first of all, let's talk about Savior's Day. Okay, first of all, Minister Louis Farrakhan, who's very well known. He's the most well-known leader of Muslims in America. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is having a Savior's Day in Detroit, Michigan, on Sunday, February the 25th. And so I want to give greetings to all of his followers and those in his movement. And I want to give some strong black to all the brothers and sisters who are, you got to close this door, sis. Sorry. Because I don't want to be just. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Minister Louis Farrakhan, who indeed is a spiritual father of mine, who helped bring me through these rites of passage and who taught me a certain percentage of what I know. A certain percentage of what I've said to you today, I got directly from him. And a certain percentage of my life as I am today, I got directly from him, Louis Farrakhan. And I need to let you know that I respect him and that I honor him. And that at 91 years old, as our elder, I salute him for standing strong decade after decade after decade, for standing up the nation of Islam that's under his leadership. I honor him. I honor him for all of the families that he's influenced and the lives that he's helped change, and the hope and the courage and everything that he's done for the nation of Islam and our people for over the years. I honor him. And I wish him well in Detroit on the 25th, and all those who are going with him on the 25th. And I think that there are some brothers and sisters, even from the Afro-descendant nation, who are going as a delegation to see and to be with our brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam under Minister Louis Farrakhan, because it is my firm opinion that there is but one black Muslim ummah. There's but one black Muslim ummah. And it's just my position, that everybody that say that they love, respect, and honor the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that we understand that we are all one ummah, we are all one family. And even though we may be on different roads, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad will want us working together. And so that's my intention. I can't speak for everybody else, but I speak for myself, Malik Zulu Shabazz, as a member and conductor, national conductor of the Afro-descendant nation under the leadership of the Honorable Silas Muhammad. Well, some of you say, well, who is Silas Muhammad? Okay, the Honorable Silas Muhammad, dear sisters and brothers, is a great man. He's not as well known as Minister Louis Farrakhan, but he is a great man that I can certify and verify. This Nation of Islam that has come about since 1978, what they call the second resurrection after the administration of Warithuddin Muhammad. For those who don't know about this Nation of Islam, it hasn't always been standing. Nation of Islam stood till 1975 when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad died in 1975. Then it went in another direction. It went in the direction of what they call Orthodox Islam or Sunni Islam. Okay? Okay, and out of respect for what I'm doing here today, I won't even criticize that. Matter of fact, I'm going to say to all of the followers of Imam Warithuddin Muhammad, the ones that respect and honor the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and what he was trying to do for our people. Those of you who who even went with the Imam, but you love Elijah, I'm here to tell you that you're my brothers as well. My grandfather, who later went with Louis Farrakhan, was a follower of Imam Warithuddin Muhammad. My grandfather, Malik El-Amin Najila. Thomas X from the Nation of Islam, 55. He was Sunni Muslim program of Wallace Muhammad till he went with Louis Farrakhan in around late 1970s. Silas Muhammad is the one that has a critical and undeniable role in the second resurrection of the Nation of Islam. That as you see this strong nation, including Honorable Louis Farrakhan, all you Muslims, I need to let you know that on August 21st, 1977, when Warthuddin was in power and there was no other power, that a man named the Honorable Silas Muhammad went to Chicago and challenged Wallace Muhammad's leadership. And from that day of August 21st, 1977, the lost found nation of Islam started its existence, and that Silas Muhammad had been organizing the Nation of Islam, organizing Fruit of Islam, preaching in the name of Elijah, standing up in the name of Elijah, who he considers a modern Moses, he considers Elijah Muhammad like unto Moses, and based on his belief, the Honorable Silas Muhammad, that prophet like unto Moses, he has been standing up for the nation of Islam, and he has even inspired all black Muslims in this era, even those with the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. If you retrace and retract the history, you best believe that the Honorable Silas Muhammad had a role in motivating everybody to do what they're doing today. So he's very important in history. He's very important because of his stand. The Honorable Silas Muhammad, the founder of the Afro-descendant nation for 44 years, has stood up for reparations and been hollering like crying in the wilderness for reparations for our people as a nation. Honorable Silas Muhammad and his wife, his queen, Sister Queen Harriet Abu Bakr, Sister Queen Mashaki, they have been all over into the United Nations, all across the globe, fighting for us when we were not even fighting for ourselves. They have established seats and representation and respect for us throughout the nations of the earth, all throughout Honduras, the regions of the Central, South America, and through the United Nations. Through all these years, they have been fighting and fighting. You know it from the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. That's the Honorable Silas Muhammad and the Lost Found Nation of Islam. That's them. They're not as well known as Minister Louis Farrakhan's folks, but I'm here to tell you they're no less important. Harriet Abu Bakr is a former daughter-in-law of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. She knows the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Silas Muhammad lived with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, gets his name directly from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Honorable Silas Muhammad is a spiritual son of Honorable Silas Muhammad is a spiritual son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as well. And he is an apostle of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as well. And I need you to get to know him and respect him, because he's firm and steadfast, and he's consistent like a rock or like a clock when it comes to reparations and self-determination and a nation of our own. That's your brothers and sisters in the lost found nation of Islam. All right? And so I'll conclude on that by saying and I will be with him in Atlanta on February 25th. I got to go and meet with Mr. Muhammad so I can get my instructions for reparations. I would be in Detroit, but we have a delegation going to Detroit. I'm going to go to Atlanta and be with Mr. Muhammad because I have to get our instructions for reparations, because the Afro-descendant nation, which has many from the Lost Foundation of Islam, we are fanatically obsessed with getting full and complete reparations for our people. That's the contribution of the Lost Found Nation and the Afro-descendant nation. They're making their mark in terms of reparations, in terms of a nation of our own, in terms of they're now giving me permission to go out here and get black engineers, black scientists, black doctors, black contractors, black repairmen, black educators, black nurses, black lawyers, They are working with me, and we're working together to bring all black professionals and qualified persons together so that we can build our nation within this nation. So imagine what would happen if we fully integrated, locked arms with Nation of Islam. Imagine if Honorable Silas Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan, even if everything that happened over all them years can be reversed. Imagine these two giants in these days working together for the benefit of the future. Imagine how powerful that would be. I pray that God help me to just make part of that happen. Like my leader, Khalid Muhammad, helped make some of it happen. If God bless me to help bring both Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Honorable Silas Muhammad and Khalid Muhammad followers together to heal the wounds, I pray to Allah, I pray to Almighty God, the one God, the God of our forefathers, I pray to our ancestors that He would allow this to take place. And so I'm going to Atlanta, and we're on a mission of unity. All of Elijah Muhammad followers, even if you Sunni Muslim, Orthodox Muslim, we one people. All of our brothers and sisters in America, regardless to religion and who you follow, we're all one nation. We are a nation within a nation. We must have reparations. We have to fight and go to war for it. We must have police brutality. Your lawyers are going to go to war for it, but you got to take up your part and go to war for it too. We are a nation within a nation. My name is Attorney Malik Shabazz. Cast your vote. Cast your ballot for reparations. Support justice against the Goon Squad and Brian Bailey. Fight with all of your might wherever you are. Happy Savior's Day. And straight ahead to our convention in Washington, D.C., May 17th through the 19th. My contacts are in the chat room. Forgive me if I have offended you. I thank you if I have blessed you in some way. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. I honor you. Assalamu alaikum. No justice, no peace, and black power to you.